Hello everyone, and welcome back to this channel, your haven for the deepest love stories, gripping journeys, and emotional battles where hearts are tested and destinies are rewritten. Today's episode continues the powerful and haunting tale of CEO James, a composed, seasoned man hardened by power but softened by love, and Lyta Deep, a resilient woman shaped by adversity, yet never robbed of her longing for happiness. In the previous chapter, Deep, having narrowly escaped a looming threat, found refuge in the countryside with her uncle's family. Yet safety proved fleeting. John, a man poisoned by vengeance, managed to track her location. But there was a catch. The home Deep was hiding in belonged to the biological father of a feared underworld figure, someone with deep ties to power. John hesitated. He couldn't act rashly. Still, he watched, from the shadows, waiting for a misstep. James couldn't bear it any longer. His wife and child were living in fear, and he wouldn't let that continue. Reaching across borders, he contacted his trusted friend Tong, who was then living overseas. In hushed conversations laced with urgency, a dangerous plan was set in motion. Tong would return under the guise of a business partner and infiltrate John's organization. A mole, a risk, but one James was willing to take, for family. Meanwhile, an unexpected development unfolded. James's mother, once a staunch opponent of Deep, made a move that no one saw coming. She brought their young son back from abroad to reunite with his mother. The moment that child ran toward Deep was pure magic. She crumbled into tears. Gone were the months of fear, isolation, and longing. In one embrace, the world was made whole again, even if briefly. James stood by them, his silence drenched in emotion. A family, once torn by both danger and misunderstanding, was finally holding on to each other again. But peace is a fragile thing. When John caught wind of James' presence and noticed the return of the child, he grew suspicious. He began tightening his inner circle, interrogating his network. Tong, now in the belly of the beast, faced daily peril. One misstep could cost everything. Back at the countryside home, another story quietly bloomed. James's mother, having returned her grandson to Deep, decided to visit her in person. A woman of elegance, raised in luxury, she was unprepared for the modest life Deep had embraced. The old house was tucked in a rural village, no modern comforts, no luxuries. A wood fire stove replaced a gas burner. The bed creaked. Metal palm leaf fans swayed quietly in the corners, and there she saw Deep, bent over, drenched in sweat, cutting grass for the buffalo. Her hands, muddied, her spirit, unbroken. Later, she watched as Deep, without a word, cleaned every inch of the home with soft, deliberate care. James's mother was speechless. This wasn't the lazy, cunning woman she once assumed Deep to be. No, this was someone strong, quiet, and graceful in hardship. She felt shame, regret, and most of all, a piercing guilt. She's my daughter-in-law, she thought. She should be cherished, not living like this. That very night, she called a real estate agency. She wasn't just buying property. She was seeking redemption. After reviewing countless listings, she chose a quaint but modern villa in the suburbs, safe, green, secure, and perfect for a mother and child. She planned everything. A housekeeper to relieve Deep of chores, a discreet bodyguard for protection, and renovations tailored to Deep's preferences. The next day, she returned to the countryside to make her offer. Deep was in the yard, sorting vegetables when she saw James's mother arrive. The older woman's face was softer than ever before, her voice filled with a depth of affection that startled Deep. "I can't bear to see you struggle," she said. "I've found a beautiful, safe home. Come see it." "If you like it, I'll handle everything." Today, it was a moment that should have brought joy. And it did, but not in the way expected. Deep was moved. For the first time, she felt the warmth of a mother's love. Not through grand speeches, but in actions, in care. Still, she gently refused. "Thank you, Mother," she said. "But this is my family. I never had one growing up. And now, eating together, sharing stories, doing chores, it makes me feel alive." Not burdened, her voice carried no defiance, only honesty. Her words were quiet blades, cutting, not with anger, but with clarity. James's mother stood still, overwhelmed. Then, reaching into her purse, she offered Deep a wad of cash. "Take it, just for some new clothes. Something to enjoy." Deep smiled, shook her head. "Please keep it. I have everything I need." It was not rejection, it was a profound statement of self-worth. James's mother saw it clearly now. Deep was not only her son's wife. She was a woman capable of being the heart of any home. Later that evening, James's mother sat in silence, fingering her prayer beads. James joined her, sensing her heavy thoughts. "I know you're worried," he said gently. "But she's safe. That home belongs to powerful people who owe me their lives." John wouldn't dare make a move. And then, a moment of mutual understanding passed between mother and son. No grand declarations, just pride, relief, and love. Dinner that night at the countryside home was simple: boiled greens, braised fish, sweet leaf soup. Yet it was rich in something no five-star meal could replicate: belonging. As laughter filled the room, as Deep gently placed food into her mother-in-law's bowl, As James gazed at her with unspoken love, something shifted. Sometimes, the richest moments come from the humblest places, but the night would not end without sorrow. Later, James's mother announced that she and the child would return overseas. The safest place, for now. Deep's heart sank. Her son, her very soul, would once again be out of reach. As she embraced him tightly, he looked up and whispered, "Mommy, come with me." Her heart broke. Holding back tears, she kissed his forehead. "Be good. I'll come soon." James's mother, now openly crying, took Deep's hand. "I'll take care of him, I swear." "And when the time is right, you'll be together again." As the car drove away, the child turning back one last time, Deep stood at the doorway. Alone. But not hopeless. This wasn't an ending. It was a pause. A chapter closed, but not the story. They were still fighting, still believing, still guarding their fragile flame of love against the dark winds of fate.